that's just insane.
It seems unconscionable that a publicly traded corporation could knowingly allow child pornography to be traded on its platform, number one, but number two, to profit from it. It's abhorrent.
It's interesting because if this was Disney or any other company doing something like this, I mean, it would be the #1 thing everywhere. But it's very interesting to see how a lot of this has been covered up, and I think a lot of that is because Roblox is trying to suppress a lot of this information now.
Steve, Roblox may say, look, the predators are the criminals. The traffickers in child porn are the criminals here. They're just using our platform, our super highway, where we also have legitimate games, educational products, and things that really are good and engaging for children. It's not our fault that these evil people are exploiting something that we conceived that is educational and appropriate. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think that they have an obligation, and this is part of the claims we assert in our lawsuit, but they have heavily engaged in marketing and advertising campaigns, to the detective's point, advertising this game as not only safe, but as educational. And if they're aware of these risks and withhold them from the public, they're deceiving the public about what this game really is and what the consequences are. But separate from that, I disagree with the premise that they have no responsibility for what goes on their platform. They're profiting from it. They designed it. They employ hundreds of monitors, allegedly, to try and detect it. And they have these reporting functions, which SLEP and other people will tell you are completely flawed and completely ineffective. So I reject the premise that they can throw their hands up and say, you know, we're just providing a marketplace for this abhorrent behavior and we don't have any obligation to protect the fundamental group who we advertise this to, which is children.
Detective, one of the most alarming things to me, just taking a look at the few cases that we're aware of and looking at in your county in Florida. The one case where the 10-year-old girl was victimized, the mother, who's a very good human being, solid parent, homeschools the child, did not allow her 10-year-old to go on Roblox. The 10-year-old, based upon intel gathered from her older siblings, was able to access Roblox without the parent knowing. And then was groomed into a conversation by a predator in England, right? Half a world away. And she didn't find out, the parent didn't find out about all this until she oddly got a notice on an Instagram account that she no longer used from this predator trying to reach out to the 10-year-old daughter. So here's a parent who's very vigilant, and her child still was targeted here. What does that say to you?
It says that it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anyone's children, even people who think their children aren't on the platform. The allure is it's so alluring, right? I mean, children love Roblox. It was created to be extremely enjoyable, addicting, whatever you want to call it, to them, and they want to go play on Roblox. The problem lies in whether or not Roblox is safe. If you have the knowledge that something is not safe, and you know that something is happening, you have the responsibility. I'm not a lawyer, but morally and ethically, you have a responsibility to do something about that. This mother, she saw what was happening to her 10-year-old child, who, by the way, was promised Robux over and over for the production of child sexual abuse material. She turned everything over, did everything she could. It's just horrible to see. I mean, this isn't just children who are given a tablet and no attention who are being exploited. This is so so many children in the best circumstances, in the worst circumstances, and everything in between.
All right, let's take some questions from folks in the crowd, and it's
about the chief executive of Roblox. Many of them have falsely claimed, without any evidence, that he himself is a predator. Do you think that that's harmful to your mission, to see a lot of the internet trolling that has supported your movement and understands what your mission is, but when you start calling someone falsely a predator, like the chief executive of Roblox, do you think that's harmful? And then could you maybe all speak about, it's maybe not necessarily very older folks on these platforms like Roblox, it's a lot of older teenagers and young adults that are doing the grooming, and that are, when you look at what a predator looks like, it's a lot of older teens themselves possibly that grew up using Roblox and then turn themselves into the groomers of children.
I think that's an excellent question, and you know exactly what he's getting to, because that's the way the internet goes. You take something that's very positive and it spins too far.
Yeah, that's the
Go
thing.
ahead.
I totally denounce that. I think that's just really not made. Like, you know, these people at the end of the day, they're trying to do their jobs. I think that trying to push for safety, like trying to get Roblox to do stuff, that's the right way to approach this sort of stuff. But yeah, I agree with you.
Making false allegations is not the
yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we can all get on board with that. And in terms of what he said about the demographic of the predator, I mean, that's exactly what we saw in one of your cases. This guy was 17 years old. Now, I would argue, what's the difference in damage clause between a 17-year-old and a 37-year-old? Adults should know better. But based upon what you're seeing, do you think that this is, in some cases, a younger, albeit adult, profile of a predator?
Yeah, a lot of the predators are like,